In an ideal world, lighting is intangible. It reflects both reality. It could be a sunny day, it could be a rainy day, it could be an interior or an exterior, but more importantly, it reflects emotionally what's going on within the characters themselves. Doing a world premiere, clearly you have a blank slate and you're able to make choices, but it's only a choice for the first time. When someone else does the opera, who knows what it'll look like? Often, when I approach the design of a show, I have visual cues that come fairly quickly. That didn't happen with this production. What really drove our decision-making process was reality. I mean, we need to transport the audience to a place that's real. And how do we execute the portions of the show within the context of that reality that aren't real, that are really theatrical moments? So I would say, whereas I am customarily influenced by a visual reference, it might be a rock, it might be an artist. With this piece, it was more structural. Was how do we approach the structural challenges? And the design fell out of that. Kate and Don, I mean, just based upon the process so far, have been very generous with allowing Paula, the director, and I to interpret the piece. As a contributing artist to the process, one doesn't want to be hand-fed staging and directorial and design choices. And while Don and Kate have provided us with very direct information, they've also given us the freedom to be creative, contributing artists in the process. I'm not going to have a discussion with Verdi about how he wants to handle something. So it's really fun and challenging to have people to talk to say, well, what motivated you to make that decision, and what do you say if we tried it this way? I think what is going to excite the audiences is that this is really something that they should be able to relate to. Even though it's not placed in this decade, it's placed in this century. And so often people go to see opera and they're looking at something that's completely foreign to them. And they're still able to engage with what's happening on stage emotionally. But I think that this will help them to reflect on what could be real influences in their life. Opera needs to be a living art, not a museum piece. There's absolutely no reason at all why Milwaukee can't be the place for that to happen. One of the things that makes live theater so exciting is that it's so often a fresh interpretation. And often you don't get to see that in opera, particularly in Milwaukee. So it only makes sense to me that we host this creative process.